lads, welcome back to another video. Now, we're here to talk about the predictions against subscribers. Now, I started this series the week before. I started this series the week before last, before the most recent round of Spfl Premiership games took place. And I did that against Andy, a Dundee United fan, and Owen, a Hearts fan. And in that run of games, we done horrendous. Only 2 results correct within all of our predictions, and it was the exact same ones. We all predicted Rangers to win and Celtic to win. They both did, and the rest of the teams we got absolutely wrong. So on that front, the subscribers are currently out in the lead with 4 points, and I have 2 points. It's obviously going to be a wee bit unfair in my end because there is more subscribers going to be taking part in this, but I'm meant to, I suppose, be the expert. So I'll take the flak and you can get extra points. But anyway, let's get on to this week's episode. Currently in the lead, we'll start with the subscribers. And the first game we're going to say is Rangers versus Dundee United. And first up, we've got Callum, a Falkirk fan.
It's going to be an easy one for me. It's going to be a typical 1-1 draw. Obviously, both teams, great start to the season. I want to see Nicky Clark score against one of his old clubs.
He thinks it's going to be a draw. Now, personally, I'm not sure if I agree entirely with that one. But let's get in a second opinion. And this time we've got Max, a Celtic fan.
I would love to see Dundee United win this game. I just don't see it happening. So I'm going to go for 2-0 to Rangers just because they're the better team and they're expected to win.
Now, he's definitely going way more down the line of what I'd be predicting. I'm going to predict a Rangers win in this one. Rangers against Dundee United at Ibrox. It's obviously a tasty fixture. There is history there within the two clubs. And I just think that Rangers playing the way they are now, there is no real stopping them at this point, especially at games at Ibrox. So I'm going to go for a Rangers win. Next up is Aberdeen versus Kilmarnock. Now we'll start off with my opinion on this game. I personally think that Aberdeen have done really well after their isolation whole debacle that they went under. And obviously ever since then they've had really good form. And if not providing fantastic performances on the pitch, they're certainly getting the results that warrant going up the league and getting to the places that they want to be in the league, which is obviously those European places, etc, etc. So you can't really deny that they are probably the better team currently this fixture. So there's my opinion, an Aberdeen win. Let's go to Max this time first up.
This game will be a draw. If I have to go for a score, I'll go for 1 each.
He's predicting a draw. Fair play. And now we'll go through to Callum. Does he think the same as me or Max?
That's a tough one for me. Also, Aberdeen, I've missed a lot of games due to some of the players. So I'm just gonna say another 1-1 draw.
Thinks the same as Max. Fair enough. I mean, we'll see how the cookie crumbles. At the end of the day, this is one that we've kind of went differently on. Obviously, the subscribers have went different from my opinion here. I'm quite confident in Aberdeen's ability to go on and win this game. We'll see what happens. Livingston versus Hamilton is up next, and we'll go to a subscriber first up once again, and this time we're going to go straight in with Callum's opinion.
Livingston, not a good start to the season. Hamilton, I'm going to say, had an okay start to the season. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Hamilton.
He thinks it's going to be a Hamilton Accies win. And personally, after Livingston's win in the previous game, which none of us predicted on the video, I'm going to stick my head above the parapet and say that Livingston are going to win this one. Obviously, these guys sent in the predictions before this news came out, but I've had the benefit of being able to film it a wee bit later, so whether that's fair or not, you can say that in the comments, I suppose. But I think personally, because of Hamilton's loss of Lee Hodson, because he has to self-isolate through contracting coronavirus, which obviously, get well soon to the boy, but I would have to say that that's going to put Hamilton at a disadvantage in this game, losing a defensive player that is quite key to their whole setup there. So I think Livingston actually have an advantage in this game, and I'm going to back them to go and win it. Does Max agree?
Teams are about the same sort of skill level in the league, in my opinion. I think Hamilton, though, they've had a not bad start to the season. They beat Motherwell. Obviously, though, Motherwell haven't had the best of runs. But yeah, I think Hamilton will win this. Maybe 1-0, but Hamilton.
No, he's another one going with an Accies win. Obviously, Livingston haven't been on fantastic form so far this season, but I'll still back them. I still think they have got enough in their squad from last season to push themselves over the line in these sort of games, because they're vitally important games for clubs the size of the likes of Livingston, Hamilton, etc, etc. Motherwell versus St Johnstone is up next, and we've got a Motherwell player on the screen right there, Alan Campbell, who I believe just won Player of the Month. Well done to the boy, obviously. David Turnbull moving on recently for Motherwell. He's probably going to be the shining light for Motherwell in terms of a consistent player throughout the season. Personally, in this game, I can see it being a draw. It's just one of those games. I think a lot of St Johnstone games I'm going to predict a draw, because I just don't think the majority of St Johnstone games provide brilliant football to watch on the eye. So I'm going to go with a draw in this one, and we'll just see what happens. We'll go over to Max first up with this one.
Motherwell and St Johnstone, I think that this will be a win for St Johnstone, because Motherwell have not been playing well. If I'm going to go for a score, I'll go for 2-0. But that's mainly just based on the fact that Motherwell have not been playing well.
He's going with a 2-0 St Johnstone win. I just personally can't see that coming from the game itself. What does Callum think?
Motherwell's had a poor start. St Johnstone, alright, I can say. But I'm going to go for 1-0 Motherwell. Big Tony Watt to score.
He's went for pretty much the opposite. He's went for a Motherwell win, a more tighter one, just a 1-0 win for Motherwell. But I think he's going along the lines of saying basically Motherwell have to get back on track at some point, and this is the game to do so. I'm just still going to stick with the draw. It's just one of those games for me. Ross County versus Celtic. Now, obviously I see these clips that the guys send in before I actually come and film this part of the video, and these guys definitely think that this game's going to be a bit of a banana skin for Celtic. I can't see it though. And even though Max is a Celtic fan, he thinks this could potentially be a banana skin for his club. With the addition of Shane Duffy though recently, I just simply can't see Celtic not having the quality to get past Ross County. Despite their good start to the season, Ross County are nowhere near the level of Celtic, and yes, the Highlands is sometimes a really hard place to go, but I don't see a reason why Celtic shouldn't win this game, and if they don't, then they're really putting 10 in a row in massive jeopardy in my opinion. Let's go over to the Celtic fan and see what he's got to say about this game.
Now, I'm a Celtic fan, however, I'm not so confident going into this game against Ross County. Dingwall is a hard place to go. I'm hoping Celtic can get the win. I don't think they will. I'm going to go for Ross County 1, Celtic 1.
And then, as I said, another one that thinks this could be a banana skin for the boys in green and white. Falkirk fan Callum's opinion on this game.
Both teams good start to the season, but I'm going for a shock here. I'm going for 2-1 Ross County.
So Max has went for a draw, which is fair enough for a Celtic fan. You don't want to see your team lose, so he's went with that. But Callum himself has went with a Celtic loss and a Ross County win, therefore. Be interesting if that one comes out. Not for me though. And the final game this week is St Mirren versus Hibs. It's an interesting one this. Another one that's actually been impacted by a positive coronavirus test. It looks like St Mirren goalkeeper Jack Annick will be out of this game because of that. That could have a massive impact for St Mirren themselves, because their backline has been really impressive so far this season. One of the main reasons why they've not conceded a lot of goals, obviously. So losing an informed player like that could be detrimental in this game. And with Hibs being on good form, scoring goals, etc, etc, I can see Hibs coming out on top in this one personally. I'm not going to give a scoreline, but I just think Hibs will come out on top. Callum, Falkirk fan, I believe he agrees with me.
Both teams had a good start to the season, so I'm going to say 3-1 to Hibs.
Whereas Max, on the other hand,
This one I'm actually going to go for St Mirren win, because St Mirren are capable of it, and I just feel like they'll be up for it and Hibs won't. We've seen it in the past, St Mirren beating Hearts 1-0 and Aberdeen 1-0 last season. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 St Mirren.
entirely different road he's went down. He's went for a St Mirren win, and that's fair enough. Predictions are predictions. We could all be wrong, we could all be right. Wait, no, that is literally impossible. We can't all be wrong or all be right, because we've all went with different stuff. You subscribe to this. This is good quality content. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Comment down below your predictions for this weekend's games, and subscribe for more of this type of content. I'll hopefully be back this weekend with some other form of content if I can think up some more ideas. Cheers for watching. Bye bye.